What's up guys, MCTurban here, and today I'm going to take a break from gaming and I'm actually going to be moving on to technology because I've just been given a delivery. You may not be able to see it, but here it is. There you go. So what I'm going to be unboxing today, and I'm going to be doing my first impression, are these guys. So these guys I've just got about 5 minutes ago. So these are the Apple AirPods. So here we go. So we've got the Apple logo there, we've got the AirPods there, and we've got another Apple logo there. So, and this is what they look like, and then this is the back. You've got the case and you've got the AirPods there and all that. So let's get straight on with the unboxing. Alright guys, so there is the box right there. So I've got a handy little knife here, and no, this is, you may be thinking, is this a kitchen knife? I don't know if it's a kitchen knife or not, but let's get on with the unboxing as you guys can see. There we go. You only have to you only have to do one side, but let's just take this out. There you go, plastic wrap, don't need that. Right guys, I'm going to open this box now. I'm going to open it this way so you guys can see easy. I know I'm upside down because I'm on my desk, but here we go. Alright guys, so I've just got, what's this? Designed by Apple in California. I'm just going to open this. I'm going to move on to the case in a minute. So AirPods, so you get warranty information. You've got this and you've got this apparently. I really don't care about them. I don't really need them anyway. And here you've got instructions on how to use the AirPods right there. So, oh, I've just got one little flap here. So there you go. Just how to use the AirPods. And then again as well here on the other side, so that you guys can see. But I really do not need this. Right, so here is where the magic happens. So here we have a little pull tab. So this is what the case looks like, guys. It's really, really light, and there's a piece of it plastic right here. So let's just get this out. Right, now just before I get onto the setup, here are some things you need. Oh, there we go. We've got, oh, down here we've got a. I'm going to take this out of the way. We've got a. Apparently this doesn't come with a power adapter, so there's no, you've got a lightning to USB port here, which I'm now going to open on both sides. Yes, the best way to unbox these is to uncoil the whole thing, apparently. So there you go. This is what the case. This is what the there you go, it's a USB to lightning port there. And so, just to let you know, these are Bluetooth earphones. So these are Bluetooth earsets. So you can use these on Android devices and Windows phones. But really, it's best worked with an iPhone. So I've got an iPhone 7 here. I've got an Apple Watch Series 2. So let's get these unboxed. So just before I open these. Firstly, you've got a little metal hinge here, and you've got a Bluetooth pairing button, which is at the back here. You can't really see that, but it's there. There's a small Bluetooth button just there. I'm going to open these now. And there we go. Look at that. That is absolutely stunning. Just to let you know, that is an LED light. So apparently these are magnetic. So if I try and take these out, oh, look at that. Look at that. It's magnetic as well, so apparently I'm going to take one of these out. So this is what one of the AirPods look like in here, and they are magnetic, so they fit exactly perfectly in there. If I try and just do this just to get them out, you can't because they're magnetic. That LED light there means it needs pairing, so that will be green and red and orange and whatever. Now to set these up, oh, just to let you know as well, you can't really see, but you can't really see, but there's some text inside, and it says, oh, there's an orange light. As you can just see, it's an orange light there. This is a 398 milliamp hour battery, so it's around the same as an Apple Watch, really. And the AirPods themselves, which are just one of these, is 93 milliwatt hours, so that's just over 1% of the battery capacity of this iPhone 7 I've got here. So to set these up, you basically just turn on the device, and then you open the case, like so. I probably may need to go into the home screen. So yeah, so I've just turned these on. If I close the case, as you can see here, you get that. So if I open these, all you have to do, tap connect, and you're done. There you go, so now you're done. As you can see here, it says 23% for the AirPods, 72%, and you press done. And then, as you can see here, you've got an orange light. These are Bluetooth earphones, by the way, so you can connect these to Bluetooth as well. And also, this will turn green. I don't know when exactly it will turn green, but if you turn these on, apparently, every time you open and close the case, you get the battery for the case and the AirPods. And if you take one of these out, you can see that this one here is 27%, this one here is 25%, so it's only got a quarter of its battery, so I'm going to have to let these charge up for a while. If they're orange, by the way, that means they are charging, and if it's green, that means they are fully charged. So when this is fully charged, then that light there will turn green. So that's pretty much the unboxing process. Now, these also work with Apple Watches, so I've got an Apple Watch Series 2 here. Let me just take it off. So this is my Apple Watch Series 2 right here. I'm just going to do my password really. Right, so to get these onto your Apple Watch, so you just go to the settings on your Apple Watch, you go to Bluetooth, and then it will say my AirPods there. And if you press them, so like this, you will see that they are connecting. It says not connected, but these are Bluetooth devices, and yes, my phone is on Bluetooth, so they will connect any second. What's this? Make sure it's turned on, it's on range, okay. So if I open this, there you go. So yeah, these are really good earphones, so I'm actually going to try these out, and I'm actually going to compare these with the AirPods while they're connected. Like, now you can see that they are connected. So that means you can listen to music easily on both the Apple Watch and the iPhone. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But I am going to listen to music on these. In fact, I'm going to do a comparison of the AirPods. So these actually look a lot like the. I'm actually just going to put this away. So this is what an AirPod looks like. So it looks something like this. And I'm just going to get an AirPod. So what's this one? This is the right. This is the left one. So now, as you can see, Now this is an AirPod. This is an AirPod. So this is an AirPod. This is an AirPod. You can see that there's an infrared sensor there, which detects when the AirPod is in your ear. And then you've got one there, and you've got one on the back there, and they detect when the iPhone is when the AirPod's in your ears. If you double tap these, you can actually get Siri. So if you double tap these while they're in your ears, you can see it's got Siri. Now the L and the R, you can see that the L on this is actually on the front where this sensor is here. They're now located on the stem. So the L is actually here instead of actually being on the front, which is where the AirPods are. You can see there's an L there. Now you can see that the stem is a bit thicker than on the AirPods. The reason why is because there's a battery inside there. As I said, it's 93 milliwatt hour battery, and there is an antenna inside as well for, I think it's for Bluetooth or something. On the bottom here, as you can see, it's really small, but there's a microphone on there, and these two little white lines is where they connect. So if I'm just show you that now. Let me just take both of these out. So there you go. Now it says it's green. That means that the case is charging. Now if you look on the bottom, you can't really see, but there are two like yellow lines or something down there on the bottom. That's where the AirPods, that's where these connect. So if I put one of these in, so this is the right one, so they go in this pod here. So there you go. So it just clips right in. It's magnetic as well. So it's also got a hinge as well. So apparently it resembles from the some of the MacBooks or something. I don't know. So I'm actually going to try these on, and I'm going to see what you think of it. Adios. I would also like to say as well that the case in the AirPods has actually got a lightning cable at the bottom, and so if I get the if I get the cable that I've just unboxed, and I can actually plug them into here like that, and so you can plug these into your wall to charge your case. And so yeah, it says designed by Apple in California. There, you can't really see it because the reason that's because it's not in focus. There we go, it's going into focus. But yeah, there's actually a really small Bluetooth pairing button. You can actually just see it, but it's there. And so there you go. That's what they look like in the case. You can't really see. There's actually text in there that actually says the battery in the case. It's actually 398 milliamp hours. So yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much what the lightning cable does. I will now move on to the next part of this video. Yes, to point out, people say this looks like dental floss, right? I agree, this does look like dental floss, but it doesn't look like a dental floss like box. Yeah, yes, they say it looks like dental floss, but in my view, this is like not an, well, for me, by the way, this is not an actual shape of a dental floss box, but this is actually like a dental floss. So why do people say it looks like dental floss? I have absolutely no idea, but I know they look like dental floss, but I totally agree that these look like dental floss, and yeah. Alright guys, so as you can see, I've just put the AirPods in my ears. Now you can see that they are actually really well fitted. So I just put these on, and I heard like a little ping sound or something. I got a little tune, but yeah. So I'm going to so this is my iPhone 7 right there. So I'm actually going to put on some music, and I'm going to see how they work. In fact, if I compare these with the AirPods, so this is what they are against the AirPods. So in this one you've got the AirPod with the wire, and in this one you've got the AirPod. And you can see they actually have the same design as the AirPods. So they actually fit really well in my ears. So yeah, the wire can sometimes be really annoying. That's what some complaints have said. So I'm actually going to listen to some music now. So I'm actually going to put these in my ears, and I'm also going. So if you take one of these out, it pauses music for you. So let's put on some. Well, it's my favourite song really. I'm actually going to put on some REM. So because I really like REM, and it's a really good artist. I'm actually going to put some on. Let's find some REM to play. Oh wow, they've got the when you type into the keyboard, you get a sound. You can hear them really well in the AirPods. So let's put on, well, one of my favourite songs, really, Everybody Hurts. So sorry for copyright. So here we go. There you go. I just took one of the AirPods out, as you can see, and I'm listening to REM. And look at that play button there. I'm going to put it back in now, here, and then you'll see that, and then you'll hear that music plays. So there you go. So you can see now that it pauses and plays music. Now, if you double tap these, you get Siri. I'm going to double tap one of these now and you get Siri. Oh yeah, and also as well, they you've got the headphone thing here, meaning that they are connected as well. So if I double tap one of these, I do not get Siri. But apparently, if you go into your settings and if you go to Bluetooth, if you go to your Bluetooth settings, you can see that they are connected in here, along with my Apple Watch. So if you want to know, if you want your Bluetooth, you can actually unpair these as well. So if you want to find the settings for the AirPods, they are actually somewhere. There we go. So now these are the settings. You just press the little I. So if you want to get to your AirPod settings, you go to settings here. You scroll down until you see general. You press that. You go to you actually go to Bluetooth. So you go to Bluetooth and all the devices are in there. You press AirPods. You can see they're connected. There's an I button there. So you press that, and if you scroll down, you can see that there's a double tap for Siri, and you can choose these to play or pause or off. And you also have automatic ear detection as well. Microphone is automatic, so if I press on that, you can see there's automatically switch AirPods. Apparently you can use these for phone calls as well, so you can use these for phone calls or whatever. So yeah, you can listen to music with just one of these or both. So if you want to unpair these, you can say you either disconnect or forget this device. And the setup process, as I said earlier in the video, is very, very simple. So it's only one step. So yeah, now I'm actually going to show you something cool now. On the Apple Watch, on the Apple Watch, if you go up to Control Center here, for God's sake, I really do need to sort this out. But in Control Center, if you press on the battery, which is there, you can see the left and right AirPod battery. So in my case, it says both of them say 77 and 77% respectively. So left and the right. And also, coincidence that my watch is also 77% battery as well. So yeah, 77% for both. So yeah, apparently a 15-minute charge in this case. If you charge these up in the case, 15 minutes will equal 3 hours. So, and just to go over the battery life of this, the case alone is 24 hours. It provides up to 24 hours of battery life. Each one of these is equal to 5 hours of listening time each. But the case is really useful if you want to listen to music. So all you do, you put them back in. You can see now that there's a green light. If I just put these in, I think, yeah, this is the wrong one. So yeah, there you go, look like that. And then if I put the other one in, you can see that's also magnetic. Now you can actually control music from the Apple Watch. So I'll be back in a second. Adios. Alright guys, update. So as you can see now, I'm wearing my Apple Watch and I've got it connected to, I know it's upside down, I should really show it you this way, but it's really hard to see. But I'm actually got some music on my Apple Watch. So if I actually play some now, let's just play some. You can see it says play there. And if I take one of these out, once again it pauses music. So that's the volume control down here, so I can control music, etc. Now you can control music on both your phone and your watch, so that is actually really, really clever. Now the thing is, when you connect these, so when you open the case and you connect them, they don't connect to just your phone. So they don't connect to just your phone, they connect to your Apple Watch, your Mac, and your other Apple devices. So they control your Mac, your iPad, your iPhone, and all, and it's pretty much like an iCloud product really. So yeah. Alright guys, so first impressions. So the AirPods are actually really useful. They are actually really good. So when you're at a time when it's really annoying just to plug something into your phone, because I've got an iPhone 7, you've got the lightning cable there. So it's really annoying that you have to plug in your earphones, your AirPods on these. It's really annoying just to plug these in the iPhone to listen to music, when really you can just put these in your ears and everything will be okay. And it's also a really useful thing, so you can just control music right from the Apple Watch. Now if you have music stored on your Apple Watch, you can actually listen to music without your iPhone, but you need your iPhone with you to control the music that is on your iPhone. That is as simple as that. So yeah, these are actually really useful. So they actually they've got a double tap for Siri. That's actually really useful. I've actually not showed you that, so I'm actually going to show you the Siri feature now. Adios. Right guys, so update again. I have just put the AirPods in my ears, so now I'm actually going to show you the last feature that I'm going to show you for this video is Siri. So like I said, if you go into the Bluetooth settings in your iPhone, you can actually control whether to have Siri, or if you double tap on your AirPods, you can either play or pause music, or you can control Siri. So I'm actually got an iPhone here, so if I hold the iPhone like this, and if I'll just do this so you can see. I'm actually going to double tap like this. I know you can see a reflection. Don't worry, behind the scenes I'm using OBS. Right, so here we go. There you go, it works. And they use the microphones. They use a pair of beamforming microphones that are here and here. So they use these to recognise the source of your voice, and they also use it to reduce external noise. So the AirPods themselves, these actually have a W1. It's called the W1 chip, really. That's what Apple calls it. Now you can't really see from the well, I definitely can't see it. But if you look at these in the inside, if you have very special cameras that you use to film unboxing videos with, you can actually see there's an infrared light inside. I definitely can't see it, and the webcam isn't good enough. But if you get a really good enough camera, you can actually see them inside as well. And I've actually just found out that this stem, this part here, this little speaker or microphone thing, whatever that is actually a lot thinner than the AirPods. So if you look at that, and if you look at that, look how thin it is. So like this is the AirPod. That's how small it is there, and look how large that is there. That is absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, guys. So this is what the AirPods look like in my ears. I've just showed you a really good use of them. So you can control Siri, you can control your music easily, and you can control music on the Apple Watch. So yeah. Now the AirPods have what's something called firmware. Now if you don't know what firmware is, it's basically like software updates. Now for the iPhone and the Apple Watch, you basically have software updates which basically which have something like bug fixes or any major new features, or etc. So they basically like improve the device and add in new features and bug fixes which help make the device better to use and get rid of those annoying bug fixes, get rid of those annoying bugs. So if you want to check the firmware on the AirPods, which is basically like the software updates or something like that, except you can't actually download software updates on the AirPods, unlike the iPhone and the Apple Watch. To basically do this, what you have to do is you need to go to your iPhone, you need to take the AirPods, and you need to open the case like this. And if I turn this on, Touch ID. So you basically get this open here. So now once you're on this screen, you need to go to your settings. You need to scroll to General. You need to go to About, and here. So once you got to the About section, so you go to Settings, General, and About. you scroll down until you see what's called AirPods at the bottom. You press on AirPods, and as you can see, you've got manufacturer and you've got your firmware number. So that's basically what the firmware number is. So the firmware version right now on this device is 3.5.1. You can't really see it because it's not in there you go, it's not in focus, but there you go. So the firmware version is 3.5.1. So that's basically how you check your firmware on the AirPods, and it's also how you check, it's basically like a software update or something like that. Firmware is just like software updates for the AirPods, so that's how you check them, just in case you want to. Speaking of the firmware, the firmware on the AirPods actually update automatically. So the iPhone and the Apple Watch, the software updates on there, you have to manually do. So the AirPods, by the way, it is unknown what the 3.5.1, it's unknown what features are actually in 3.5.1. But just to let you know that they automatically update, unlike the software updates for the iPhone and the Apple Watch, which you have to do manually. So that's a very good feature. Now, from my experience that I've actually had with the AirPods, they actually don't sound that much similar to the AirPods. So yeah, when I put it's actually not really noticeable, but when I actually put them in my ears, the AirPods, they actually sound a little bit better than the AirPods. It's not too noticeable, but it's like it's got more bass and like better sound and stuff like that. So so from my experience of listening to a song on the AirPods, they actually sound a little bit better than the AirPods. So there's not really much difference really, but they do sound a little bit better. Now, are these AirPods actually good enough? In my view, they are actually really useful earphones. So if you actually have £160 to spare or $160, you can actually buy one of these from the Apple Store or from wherever. So it will take 6 weeks to deliver these on the Apple website. If you go onto the Apple Store on the Apple website, you can actually get them there. They're dispatched, I think it takes 6 weeks. But now the only disadvantage with these, I really don't have any disadvantage about these. I've got the advantages of these are actually they're really useful. You don't need a wire to connect them. As you can see, like you've got all you have here is just that. Really, that's all you get. That is all you get. You've got 2 of these in a nice case. The case as well is really good for charging. There's a battery inside as well. These themselves have batteries as well. Now, the only disadvantage I have is that they actually have, well, they've got Siri on them, and I don't actually use Siri ever. So one feature that I would never use on the AirPods is actually Siri. But yeah, these are actually really useful, so you can carry these around with you all the time. It's magnetic, so it's safe. So whenever you drop them out, like watch, if I drop them out now like that, you can't because they've got magnets in them. The lid is also magnetic, so you can actually so yeah, you can actually do that. No matter how many times you do it, or do that, it will not fall out because it's magnetic. What I would also say as well is that because they stay really well in my ears, even if I do like a bunch of like headbanging or messing about or going for a run or something like that, they don't fall out of my ears because it's very unlikely that they'll even fall out your ears because this is the AirPod, right? They fit really well in my ears. Now the AirPods actually have almost pretty much the same design, so because they're the same design, obviously they'll fit really well in your ears. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about the AirPods, the pros and cons of it, and should you get them or not. In my view, yes. If you have £160 to spare on a bunch of wireless earphones, then you say to yourself, oh, you don't want these little things that have wires on them, and it's really annoying that you have to plug them in all the time. The only solution I have really is to just buy these. If you don't like these to plug them in, if you think it's really annoying, yeah, buy these. Best solution ever. I would also like to say as well that if you lose one of the AirPods, it actually costs you £65 or about $65 as well. So that's either one of the AirPods, and I think that also goes for the charging case as well. So even though they are very small, the case itself is very small, but you still need to be careful whether when you lose one of these AirPods, because it will cost you £65 or $65. So. Sorry, but that's what Apple wants to do. Now, if the AirPods aren't a really good idea for you, like you don't want to buy them because they're too expensive, or you have a fear that you're going to lose them or whatever, then the music company Beats, as you may know, actually have wireless headphones and wireless working out earphones like these ones that actually have the W1 chip in them. So you set them up exactly the same way as you do with the AirPods. Just open the case, you tap the connect button, boom, you're done. So that's what the W chip inside the AirPods actually do, and the W1 chip is inside those headphones, or the headphones, by the way, basically like these. So that's what Beats are doing with the W1 chip in there. So you can easily set them up just like that, just like the same with the AirPods, or you can buy some like working out earphones as well. So yeah, so if you if you just want to stick with these or whatever you can do, then that's absolutely fine. But these are actually really good. Or if you don't like them because you feel like you're going to lose them, bear in mind it will cost you £65 if you lose one. That's probably why you don't want to buy them. Then Beats are actually Beats are actually making headphones and working out earphones as well with the W1 chip in them. So yeah, if that's what you want to do, that's absolutely fine. Otherwise, just stick with the wired headphones and earphones and the AirPods. Just to let you know. Right, guys, that's going to do for this video. If you have any questions about the AirPods, could leave a comment down below. And if you want me to do a review, like on the iPhone and the Apple Watch Series 2, or possibly some beginner's guides on how to use them, feel free to drop a comment in the description of this video. And be sure to give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you later, guys. Adios!